Hello, Hornets, and welcome to the Underclassmen special of SHS Today. First up, Jackson Stahl and Rory Zeller bring us a summer-themed segment of In the Halls. Next, Chloe Swantek and Caitlin Gray drive us through the season's last edition of Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles. Then, Rain Douglas and Ed Below give us a glimpse of the upcoming summer blockbusters with the season finale of Nerd News. Finally, Zach Dorr and Cody Stedman take us through this past school year with SHS Wrapped. All this and more on this season finale of SHS Today.
What's poppin', Celine? Welcome to the season finale of SHS Today. I'm Jack Orlandi.
And I'm Cody Stedman. We want to make sure that we finish this season with a bang, so let's get started.
Speaking of finales, this school year is almost at its end, which means summer will soon be upon us.
Whether it's a long road trip, spending days out on a lake, or spending nights around a bonfire, summer means freedom. And I know for one that Jack and I can't wait for the summer to start.
I have been counting down the days. Each and every student has their own unique plans for the break, and we at SHS Today want to hear the buzz surrounding your summer vacay. Now, with that being said,
let's send it over to Rory Zeller for the season finale of In the Halls.
Summer is coming up quick, and students are making plans to make money and enjoy their time off from school. Today, we're going to pretend to do something other than rot on our phones for 3 months in this episode of In the Halls. What's your summer job going to be this year?
Hopefully I get an intern somewhere in the CAD field. Do not know 100% yet.
I'm working auctions with a guy named Dave Helmer whose kids go to Celine.
Right now I'm babysitting, and I think I'm probably just going to mow lawns or probably more babysitting.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever sold there?
It was a room full of dolls.
Do you think you're going to miss anything about school?
Definitely the friendships.
Excited to hang out with my friends and have cross-country and cross-country camps, so.
CAD, a lot of people, and I've experienced new adventures with Vaslov and CAD field trips.
And remember who's important to you, hang out with those friends, do stuff that you're passionate about. It's kind of a break from competing with all your peers to kind of becoming friends with all of them, hanging out, spending time together.
What would you change about summer if you had to change anything?
To play football longer.
And do you think summer needs to be longer?
It could be, but I think it's okay.
And what's the true meaning of summer to you?
Just relaxing, but also having fun.
That sure was informative. I can't wait to come back next year and do it all over again. I'm Rory Zeller, reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
It's always cool to see what other people are doing over the summer.
I agree. What are you doing over the summer, Noah?
Just getting ready to come back next year. The class of 2024 graduates this Sunday, June 2nd at 6 p.m. Make sure you dress accordingly to come and show your support for friends and family. That'll be some of us next year.
We've been talking a lot about the future, so let's take some time and look at the things that are happening right now.
Chloe Swantek and Caitlin Gray take us on a trip to see one of Celine's coolest rides.
Hello, Hornets. SHS Today is back with another episode of Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles. We have a unique segment to round out the season, Mr. Tomozik's 1942 Willys Coupe.
I bought the car in 1996. I was looking for either a Corvette car or Willys Coupe. So I looked at a bunch of Corvettes, couldn't find anything I really liked, and then this popped up, and it was cheap. It had been in an accident as a race car. It had rolled over on its roof and damaged it pretty heavily. And because I got it cheap, and I bought it and brought it home, and then I'm kind of connected to the car because I always loved the style of the car. There are, I think, at least 3 or 4 people in my family that have these cars. So I was kind of drawn to it because of the family connection. It's a stick shift car. I launch it hard. It brings the wheels and tires up in the front a couple feet as it carries them out, and it's kind of twisted the engine in the car. Because it twisted so much I could hardly get the hood open anymore. So this fall winter, I took the car all apart, and I sent it up to Manchester Collision, Bill Kearns, and him and I straightened out the engine as it sits into chassis, so now it's in there correctly, and the aluminum plate there will help prevent the engine from torquing and twisting again and causing the same issue that I had before. So that's why that's all apart. And then my cousin Steven painted the car back in 2010, and I got to check one thing off the bucket list. I had the car in Autorama in 2011, which is kind of cool. This is not the first car that I built. They're kind of a passion. And you know, the trick is, if you want to build a car someday, the trick is not to work on it 4, 5, 6 days a week, because you'll just get burned out. You just kind of pick away at it over the period of time to do that. And you do that with anything. If you're building furniture, you're building a car, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. And it's a hobby. It's not supposed to be a business, it's just supposed to be fun.
Thank you for joining us for the season finale of Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles. Now, let's get back to the studio.
In addition to retiring as the automotive teacher, Mr. Timozik is also retiring from his leadership position in the Great Lakes Gassers.
Mr. Timozik has spent the last 20 years going around the country drag racing with this very car. Regardless of his retirement, we look forward to seeing where the future takes him and his vehicle.
The last school day for non-seniors is Thursday, June 6th. Although summer is just around the corner, it's important to note that all final exams will be held during the final week of school, from June 4th to June 6th, with the last 2 days following the half-day schedule. Not only do we wish students luck on their exams, but a restful summer break. As soon as school gets out, I'm going to binge all of my favorite movies.
Me too, but with video games. I've been really into Baldur's Gate 3 recently.
I don't know much about that game, but I'm excited for the new Steamboat Willie movie. Rain Douglas and Ev Belote tell us more about the latest in entertainment over the summer.
Welcome, Hornets, to the season finale of Nerd News. I'm Ev Belote.
And I'm Rain Douglas.
Wait a minute, you hear that?
No, what?
Exactly, we're no longer talking about Godzilla.
Oh yeah, I thought we would never stop.
Yeah. Let's talk about Godzilla.
Wait, no.
The latest release from the MonsterVerse, Godzilla x Kong: A New Empire, has been out for a while, receiving the title of highest grossing Godzilla movie of all time. If you haven't seen this movie yet, it is still playing in theaters near you, so go give it a watch.
Couldn't go one episode without talking about Godzilla.
We really can't. It's the Godzilla Renaissance.
After a bit of delay, we are finally going to see Mickey's Mousetrap this year.
Oh yeah, what's it about?
It features Steamboat Willie's Mickey returned as a killer gone on a murder spree for the first time in 100 years.
Directed by Jamie Bailey and written by Simon Phillips, this comedy slasher is sure to be a hit to look out for later this year.
Sequels seem to be the only thing companies can do this day and age. For example, the Nintendo Switch 2.
On May 7th, Nintendo announced on their Nintendo corporate account that they will be releasing the Nintendo Switch 2 in the fiscal year. I'm not expecting to see it drop this summer, but I am hoping for more news on it soon.
This will be a new and exciting release, that's for sure.
Knowing how much Nintendo made over these 9 years from the Switch alone, I'm sure we're in for a real treat. This episode has also been a real treat, and though there are still so many more nerdy things happening this summer, I hope you enjoyed this season finale of Nerd News. I'm Ev Belote.
And I'm Rain Douglas.
Now back to you in the studio.
I can't wait to get more news on the Nintendo Switch 2 and go see Mickey's Mousetrap later this year.
But the sequel can never beat the original, so I would like to see how they do. Thank you, Ev and Rain, for keeping us up to date on all things nerdy.
Now, as you know, you may not know, I'm filling in for Jackson. He wasn't feeling so hot today, so Jackson, get well soon. This school year is finally coming to a close, finally. And I'm sure it has been, as you can tell, an eventful one.
I know, right? Cody Stedman and Zach Dorr go over student favorites from around the school year on SHS Wrapped.
Welcome, Hornets, to this first edition of SHS Wrapped.
Today we recap the school year with the top submissions you entered.
The first subject is, what is your favorite trimester and why? 45% of respondents voted for the third trimester. One student put it as, not only does trimester 3 have my sports season, but my classes are very fun, and it is nice to see how everything wraps up.
The second subject is, what is your favorite lunch? Almost 32% of students say the burger line, with a snack line known as Chicken Dipitus as the runner-up with 24%.
The third subject is, who's your favorite teacher? With over 20 teachers submitted, here are the top 5. The runner-ups are Steve Vasilov and Miss Sarah Stuckey. In third place, we have Dr. Steven Sartori. In second place, Miss Sarah Price. And in first place, Mr. Corbin Brown.
The fourth subject is, what is your favorite song artist? With 40 submissions, here are the top 5. In first place is Kendrick Lamar. In second place is Taylor Swift. And in third place is Chappelle Roan.
With over 50 detailed responses, we knew this year was one of a kind.
We hope you enjoy the summer and can't wait to see you next year.
Reporting for SHS Today, I'm Cody Stedman.
And I'm Zach Dorr. Back to you in the studio.
That wraps up our school year pretty well. And though this segment is pretty new, we at SHS Today would like to continue this trend for every underclassmen show in the foreseeable future.
That's all the time we have this season. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Rain Douglas.
And I'm Ev Belote. Although we won't see you until the fall, be sure to follow at Celine Video on Instagram and YouTube for show updates and behind-the-scenes content.
From all of us here at SHS Today,
have a great summer, Hornets!